In today's Modern Parenting, it's that time of year when high school seniors look forward to graduating, and your teen is probably considering what's coming next.
Yeah, while college might be the right choice for some people, a growing number of young people are looking at other alternatives. A recent Business Insider YouGov survey found that just 39% of Gen Z said advancing their education is important to them. Joining us now, certified educational planner Barry Norman. Barry, great to see you again. So why are some young people generally just saying, I don't really need to go to college right now, I'm going to do something else?
So I think it has something to do with the different kinds of jobs and careers that exist now. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we didn't have influencers and YouTubers, and college has become incredibly expensive.
No, really?
Yeah,
I'm paying those bills right now, Barry.
we're all feeling it, and I think a lot of seniors, juniors get that question of what do you want to do next? That can be anxiety producing, but what are the top 3 questions you recommend parents ask their students about the future and what they're thinking about?
I think it's really smart to start with what are your long-term goals, right? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an actor? Do you want to be a plumber, an interior designer? You may need a college degree or an advanced degree. You may not. You also need to think about what do you want versus what do you need? I want to go root on a sports team and paint my face, but I need small classes. So don't just pay attention to the name or the ranking. Think about what you want. Think about the things you need that are deal breakers. And then also, are you ready?
Yeah, and if you're not ready, what about a gap year? I had one of my kids did that. What do you suggest on having that discussion?
So it's increasingly popular, most importantly for a lot of students as a mental health break. But you can do a gap year that might involve work, it might involve study, service, anything, travel. But you know, the idea is to have some structure to it, and it's a great way to take a bit of a break before jumping right in.
Totally, and sometimes in lieu of a gap year, some students choose to either choose a trade school or just enter a profession. How might students be able to prepare for that?
So there's the option of gap year, there's the option of trade school, and then you can also, of course, go right into the workforce. You can speak with your college advisor about trade and vocational options. There are programs that are very specific for people who may be thinking about career trajectory in terms of change over time. We still know that college is going to be one of your most potent tools.
I know there are a lot of first-generation college students whose parents didn't go to college, and it can be kind of overwhelming to figure out what to do if you don't have parents who know the system, I guess. What do you recommend?
Well, I was one of those kids, so I think there are people around you who are there to help. In your school, in organizations in your community, online. Seek out the help and the support of people who are knowledgeable and who are there to help you, and then you'll be able to make the next step.
And it's interesting because on the flip side, there are parents who know this clear pipeline that they had, right? I went to high school, I went to college, maybe grad school. So what do you say to those parents who maybe are nervous if their child's not showing interest in college?
So I think it depends on what the reasons are behind that. Some students are just overwhelmed by the college admissions process. Some may not feel ready. Some just really don't know what they want to do. The good news for kids who don't know what they want to do is the U.S. educational system is set up for that, unlike other places. So you can go in undecided. And some students think that that's a negative in the application process or more generally, but that's not at all the case. In fact, I encourage it.
You can also just take your time, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with like that gap year or working for a while.
Right, and who knows what they exactly want to do when they're 17. And we know that most people will change the course of their career or their industry at some point in their life.
Yeah.
You know, it's rarely just a straight line, as we know.
Such a good word, especially for so many people navigating transitions. Barry Norman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's much more news ahead.
You're watching NBC News Daily.